and welcome to Viveka Talks. Viveka is the power of discrimination between the real and the unreal, which is the essential part of the spiritual life. So, we will be talking on the spiritual aspects of life, becoming more spiritual and learning more about living this life in a peaceful way. As a human beings, we are progressing a lot in every field. But the thing is that we are becoming more materialistic also. So, in this materialistic life, somewhere we are losing our identity. We are uh, becoming more uh, becoming more unaware of our true self, about who are we and who are we not. So I have collected some Swami Vivekananda's spiritual concepts which will help us in contemplating on the spiritual life and becoming more aware of what we are doing and who we are. And also, you can join me live. You can share your own experiences, your own thoughts, in what ways we can do something for the society so we can serve the society to take it to the better way of living. I would like to share some slide with you. So here is the first slide. The title is, you can see that who we are. So Swami Vivekananda says that when we think that who we are, we think that we are the identities such as the names like I am Manish, I am Mr. Jones, I am a doctor, I am a pilot, I am a scientist, a professor, etc. So, what does it mean? It means that we are indulged so much into our identities. We think more of us as our identities than thinking more deeper into our own self. So here Swami Vivekananda is directly saying that all these are secondary identities, like thinking of our professions, of our body, of our names. It is fine. It is fine. It is very important to say that I am Manish and I am the meditation instructor. Our names and the forms and the identities. It is good, but we are not only that. That is the secondary identity. But first, who we are? We are this pure consciousness. We are this pure consciousness. And what is this pure consciousness? This is beyond the body and soul. This is beyond the body and mind. The soul. Our soul is this pure consciousness and bliss. And this is the thing we need to learn. We need to know our true identity, that we are not this body, we are not these thoughts, the emotions, the mind, but we are the witness of all of this. And this emotion, this view of looking at us, our own true self, it slowly uncovers with the spiritual practices. So, here in the next slide, it is saying that, well, not knowing our true self, that is the pure consciousness, is called the ignorance of the self. So, this ignorance usually seems pleasurable, but it is a state of bondage. We think that buying a big house, buying an expensive car, and buying expensive stuff will gives us pleasure. But ultimately, these things create a bondage. For example, I want to buy a new iPhone. iPhone 17 is coming, I guess, or 18. So, if I want to buy this iPhone 17, I have to collect some money, I have to do something for to get this money. I am taking the pains in order to collect this money, to save this money. My mental state is getting disturbed. And once I buy this phone, my whole of the excitement goes down. Once I get the phone, after 3 or 4 days, all the excitement is gone. What happened? I spent dozens of thousands of rupees on the phone. So it was a momentarily happiness, but ultimately it is a bondage. We are getting more involved, we are getting more attached to these materials. If I was wise enough, I would have stayed contented, happy with the earlier iPhone also. I could have bought the new iPhone 15 or 16. I mean, it is not about showing that I have bought this 17, but to be contented. All the features are same, to be content. Having the iPhone 15 or 16, that is as good as the 17 as well. This is all the state of mind. So this is the ignorance, that we think that materials will give us the pleasure. However, if we are on the higher state of the mind, you are always into that bhakti mode, into that divine mode, doing the meditation, pranayam, yoga, and other spiritual practices, going to the temple or sitting with the Mahatmas. You get that contentment, that satisfaction in life with those learnings and teachings. So, we are not aware of our true nature because we are living in the ignorance of the self. So, this is the ignorance of the self. We are running behind our senses, we are running behind our mind. This is our problem. However, we need to have a great control over the body, the senses, the mind, which we do not have. And slowly, in order to reach our higher level, having this control over the body, mind, and senses, we need to do some practices such as meditation and pranayam and other yogic practices. Going to the temples and getting that positive aura with you. Whenever I go to the temple, I meditate. I usually meditate there and usually feel that aura of the deity, the aura of the deity in that environment, and slowly collect that aura with you. And this aura will stay with you for few days, few weeks, and you are in that wonderful state. So this is how it works. This is how spirituality is working on us. So today's biggest problem is the separateness, the sense of separateness. A very interesting thing. You know, we think that we all are different. It says that separateness of the self must be removed with the love for the divine and all the beings. So the separateness is something like there is a river flowing near you. And you have some utensils with you, such as a glass, a bowl, a pot with you. So, if that water is collected in a glass, it takes the shape of the glass. And the same water is collected in the bowl, it takes the shape of the bowl. And the same water is collected in the pot, it takes the shape of the pot. And then we say that it is a glass full of water, it is a bowl of water, it is a pot of water. But what truly it is the water itself. We think that we are different bodies, different names, different professions. The thinking could be different, the behavior could be different, but the essence, that water, that essence is the same in all the beings. That pure consciousness. Once we are able to understand this concept of the consciousness, this concept of the oneness, we begin to see all the beings as one. This is the greatest knowledge, one of the greatest knowledge. So religion is denial of separation and renunciation of wealth, fame, and all the identities. So the real religion is the denial of this separation. It is when you deny with that awareness, with that knowledge of the self, that you are not this body, you are this consciousness. You are not the lower level being, you are the higher level being. Not the physical, but the subtle. Spirituality is all about going inside and realizing your true self. And also, renunciation of wealth, fame, and all the identities. Renunciation means the thought of belongingness, that this house belongs to me, this car belongs to me, this money belongs to me. They will never stay. Your house may be 50 years, 100 years, 500 years, it will go. Or after you, someone else will keep this house. Someone else will be living in your house after 100, 200, 300, 500 years up, after this. And your car will be destroyed in couple of years, 15, 20 years. And the money can't stay forever. The money is also rotating. So now in the future we have to spend that money. So nothing is ours. Nothing is going to stay with us. Not even this body. Not even this body. This body will also vanish one day. It will vanish. And nothing will be staying forever with us. Just a second. So renunciation doesn't mean that to leave everything and going to the Himalayas or jungles. It is removing that sense of belongingness, the sense which is creating the separateness, and moving towards the oneness. Learning that we all are one. Every being, every living being is one. There is a one consciousness that is the controller and the source of everything. Going ahead. Renunciation, Swami Vivekananda says, if you hold the ideal 1,000 times, if you fail 1,000 times, make an attempt once more. Keep trying always. Keep trying. Never to get tired of it. Even if you fail, still you will learn something out of it. True renunciation is not physical, it's mental. As I was saying, that it doesn't mean that you have to leave everything and go to the jungle. It means to practice the detachment slowly, to understanding that this thing will also not stay with you forever. So there is the less emotional attachment. The less emotional attachment will make us feel calmer and happier. It is not about leaving anything, but using everything as a gift of toy, as a toy or a toy. So, it is said in spirituality that everything belongs to the ultimate reality, the absolute consciousness, to the God. Nothing is ours. We think that it is ours, but nothing is ours. So ultimately surrendering everything to the divine and using everything, enjoying your life, using everything, having everything, using everything, but with that awareness that nothing is permanent. Nothing is going to stay forever, not this body or this material life. Renunciation to a certain limit and reducing the consumption leads to the satisfaction. So what I was saying, that if I want to eat, the 4 rasgullas, 5 rasgullas, I will only eat one rasgulla and feel the taste of it completely. I feel the taste of four rasgullas in the one rasgulla only. So it doesn't mean so. It means that I'm not losing anything. I'm not getting detached with everything. I have not stopped eating the rasgulla or anything, but I just reduced the consumption at certain level. This will also give you the satisfaction and also the sense of having it in a controlled manner. It will be training your mind to have limited food or limited quantity, whatever you're consuming. The next page. The solution is the detachment from the materials. As I was saying, to slowly to picking your mind away from the desirable things. I mean, eating one samosa. If you eat four samosas every time, you eat one samosa. If you eat four, five rotis, you eat two rotis. That is enough for your body. And slowly you will get. Uh, it will get easier for you to stay with the two rotis only. Doing something for the humanity, for society, and also some part doing your efforts for the society, for all our brothers and sisters who are in need. Doing some part of your salary, donating some part of salary, charity. There are so many people who are in need. So we need to take a step for their welfare also. Not criticizing others, but being a living example. A living example of a love and compassion with every being, with everyone. Religion is not the spiritual books, not in the is not the spiritual books, but the self-realization through reading them. So it doesn't mean that you are reading the Bhagavad Gita every day, but what you are collecting out of it. You can read just one shloka from the Bhagavad Gita once in a week, once in a month, or once in a day, and just keep contemplating on that one shloka, that one thought throughout the day, throughout the week, contemplating, thinking on it. One month, whatever time you need, just one shloka, read one shloka, and contemplating it throughout the day, the week, or the month, and applying it in your life. That is exactly what the scripture is for. The vision, the vision is, if you realize, then pass it to others also. If you somehow you are able to realize your true self, you are in that state of contentment, renunciation, happiness, you also teach others. You also tell others how have you attained this beautiful state of mind. Teach others. The more we can produce spiritual persons, higher the country will raise. So it is doing something for your nation, for the humanity, for all our brothers and sisters in the society, to spiritually uplift them so they can also feel that satisfaction, contentment, happiness, and peace in their life. Swami Vivekananda says, be all spiritual first and get your realization first. The ultimate goal, when we are done with the enjoyments of life, whatever we do, we enjoy our life. You see, in the West, people have been enjoying from decades, from 50 years, 70 years, 20, 30 years. They have been enjoying their life with the material world. But now, what happened is they are fed up of this materialistic life and turning into spirituality. You see the example. You go to the Vrindavan, it is full of the foreigners. You go to the Haridwar, it is full of the foreigners, the Americans, the Europeans, the Russians. All the temples, you have a fair amount of the foreign people there. So we need to look at them because they are already decades ahead from us. What they have been doing? We are doing what they have already done 15, 20, 30 years ago. We are doing that. We are enjoying our materialistic life. And they have already enjoyed it. And now they are turning into spirituality. There is a great reason behind that. So that is why our Mahapurushas are saying, telling us, guiding us to become spiritual first. It is not that difficult, but just doing your sadhana every day, doing your practices every day. Could be yogic practices, meditation, going to the temple, and slowly you will gain that essence, gain that emotion towards the divine. Before the world goes into the danger, teach them love, compassion, service, renunciation, awareness, self-realization, and save the world. So it is our duty. Again, I shall read. Before the world goes into the danger, the last point, teach them love, compassion, service, renunciation, awareness, self-realization, and save the world. Because it is the need of the hour, the self-realization, the love and compassion, the service, the renunciation, because we are losing everything. So we need to get back to our real nature, learning from our Mahapurushas, learning from our modern gurus, the gurus of the present, learning from the elder gurus, the gurus who have given us so much intense knowledge of the spiritual path. I hope it was beneficial for you. Please share your ideas and try if you are if you want to share your spiritual ideas, your spiritual views, or your experiences. You can comment in the comment section. So I'll take your leave. God bless you all. Take care. Om Namah Shivaya.